Hello Stampers, it's Debbie with Stamp It with Debbie. I'm here live with a fun project using Have a Hoot and the coordinating dies for two fun and simple projects for you today. So I'm just going to give it a minute for people to log on because this is a live video. So if you're here, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know you're here. And maybe even where you're watching from would be great. Going live tonight just to change it up just a little bit. Sometimes I go live during the day, and I wanted to go live at night just to, like I said, change it up just a little bit for anybody who can't watch during the day. Know that you always can go back and watch those live videos. And they're also all over on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Stamp It with Debbie. Just in case you don't want to miss out, you can go ahead and subscribe over there. So again, today we're going to use the Have a Hoot stamp set. And this is a great stamp set because it's not just Halloween, but it's got some Christmas things in there. This one could be for a birthday because the owl is holding a little gift. And this one definitely could be for an anniversary because it has two little love owls sitting there. So you could put a little anniversary greeting. So when you look at this set, don't just think of it as Halloween because it says have a hoot on Halloween or boo. It definitely can be used for other holidays as well, other celebrations, I should say. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to bring in my supplies here. We are going to need a piece of basic black cardstock, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. And then I did already do the embossing just to save us a little bit of time, but this is a piece of basic black cardstock cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and I ran it through our new embossing folder called Cobwebs, but I'm going to show you that in just a minute. This is a piece of our plaid tidings designer paper, which right now is on sale, 48 sheets for $9.78. This is great cardstock, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. I did use the Hippo and Friends. Hippo and Friends. This is the one. I've talked to you about it a couple times. These are great. Even if you don't like the hippo and the unicorn, these are great pieces to have for your greetings. And I use these a lot. And I'm looking for a little piece that I actually just dropped out of my hand. So I'll figure that out in a minute. So this is our card. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take that piece of black, fold it in half. And then, as I told you, I already ran this through the embossing folder. Now I'm going to show you the card. Sometimes I don't show it to you until the end, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. See how sparkly this back is? I'm going to show you how to get that. I'm going to take, have you seen this in the catalog? It's a little bit of ink. There's a little shaker ball in there. That just mixes it up. So I'm going to mix that up for just a second. And I'm going to put just a little bit on my clear block. Now you could put it on a piece of wax paper. You could put it on a lot of things. You can actually put it in a sprayer with some alcohol and spray it on, but I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to use a sponge dauber. And I'm going to just, the side that I'm using is with the webs up. So I'm just going to very lightly, so that it doesn't get all over the part that's down. But if it does, that's okay too. And I'm going to just spook it up a little bit here. Are you guys working on Halloween cards? Leave me a comment and let me know. I am working on my Halloween cards that If you've been following me, you know I've been trying to make cards for the home that my grandma was in, my husband's grandma, before she passed away. And so I need 50 cards every month. So I've been working on getting 50 cards, Halloween cards, all together for that. All right, now that this is all sparkly, I'm going to take this ribbon. It is the glittered organdy ribbon. This is one of my favorite ribbons. It's very, very sparkly. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm just going to take it around my card. I'm going to get my paper snips here. I just need enough that I can tie a knot. I'm not going to tie a bow. And I'm going to do it about halfway over my page here, or my paper. Just going to tie it in a knot. And then I want to just trim that off just a little bit so that it's not quite hanging over the card so much. I like to cut it at a little bit of an angle. And then this piece can go ahead and be secured right down to the front of our card. Now, I do like to use my liquid adhesive for this because there is a lot of embossing on this folder. And so I'm going to go ahead and just use liquid adhesive. That way it kind of gets into the nooks and crannies and sticks to the paper. So we're just going to center that right on the front of our card here. And then I'm going to make sure that it's really secured down. Now, again, I have that plaid tidings paper, and let me show you real quickly. This paper is good for all year long. You could make Thanksgiving cards, birthday cards, Halloween cards, New Year's cards. This is one side. And here's the other side. Valentine's cards you could make. This is going to be great for some of the snow fun cards. So lots of great plaid patterns. I cut this piece into 3 inches by 4 inches. And I am going to pop that up with some dimensionals. I'm using the leftover corners of my dimensionals. That's why they're funny shapes here. So I'm going to peel the backing off real quick. And then I'm just going to kind of center that. It's off to the right just a little bit, I guess. Now for the next part, the first card that I did, I cut this shape, which is again from the Hippo and Friends, in white. And I stamped my card and I colored in the owl, and then I took my Highland Heather marker and colored around it. But then I started thinking, what if I just started with a Highland Heather card base? So that's what I did. And I used soft suede. I'm going to set that aside so hopefully you can still see this. And I stamped my owl. Now, I need to clean this off because I'm going to go ahead and stamp this again. So I'm going to put the soft suede ink away. And I'm going to stamp this using Memento Black onto a piece of Whisper White cardstock. And then while I have my black ink out, I'm going to stamp at the bottom, Have a Hoot on Halloween. I'm going to stamp that right down here at the bottom. And then put my ink away for right now. So we're going to go ahead and color our image real quickly. And that was Light Mango Melody for the moon. And then Dark Pumpkin Pie for the feet. They're not called feet. talons. I don't know what owls' feet are. I'm doing light crumb cake for the body. And then I just wanted to mix it up a little bit, so I'm going to do dark crumb cake for this wing piece here. And his head. Don't forget, if you're here, leave a comment and share with your friends so that they can see the video too. I always go back after the video if you have a question or want to leave a comment. I love to hear your comments. So if you leave me a comment, I'll see that as soon as the video is over. I try not to take too much time away from what I'm doing to say hello to everybody. Know that I really appreciate if you're here watching, and I love to see your comments. So be sure and let me know that you're here. Now I colored that in, and then I told you that this stamp set had coordinating dies, and they're right here. So I'm going to take this piece, and to save us from cutting all that with a Big Shot, I did already cut it out. So I'm going to bring that piece in. Unfortunately, I lost my little moon when I did that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my light soft suede before I put that piece on, and I'm just going to color my branch real quickly here. And then I'm going to pop this piece right here up with a dimensional. So I'm going to grab a dimensional real quickly. Probably 2 of them actually, just so that it kind of pops up evenly. And then I'm going to place that right over the piece that I already stamped, and you won't even be able to see that other part is stamped on there. So again, I stamped it on the white, ran it to the Big Shot, cut it out with the die, and put it there. I did just lose my little moon, but let me show you, because I have another one right here that I did, and that's what it looks like. You could pop the moon up if you want to. You just have to cut a dimensional kind of small to do that. So I'm going to put these pieces aside, and we'll finish up the card here. So I just need a couple more dimensionals on this piece. I have my camera set up just a little bit different right now, and so if I go off screen, forgive me. I'm trying to still play with some lighting and play with where the camera is and all of that good stuff. Now, also in that die set is this really fun spider web. So I'm going to take a little piece of dimensional, just a little teeny sliver, and I'm going to put that right behind the spider web. I did cut that out in the silver foils. Whoop, getting the back off there. And then I kind of just offset it a little bit so that it wouldn't cover up my moon too much. So there is that card. Now, to finish this card off, I would go ahead and put a piece of Whisper White on the inside, and I would also do some stamping on that. And then I wanted to show you one more thing. I've touched on this before just a little bit, but I want to show you again. If you want to dress up your envelope, you can take your embossing folder, and this is the part that we want to be up. So we're going to go ahead and put it in our Big Shot. And again, that part is pushing up and this part is pushing down. So we're going to, our envelope is just like this. So the folder goes like this, the flap comes like this, and then we're going to run it through the Big Shot. Now, if you have the Big Shot, you're going to take both of the clear plates out, put this down, put one clear plate back on top and run it through. So let me run that through real quickly. And there you go. You have a spooky little envelope to match your card. And then if you wanted to, let's see if this works. I actually need to wipe this off real quickly because I have glitter on it and I don't want glitter. I don't have another sponge dauber. So I'm going to very carefully go in my ink. And now you can make the raised part whatever color you want. You could make it a couple different colors. And so now your envelope is coordinating with your card. And you can see there that they look really cute together, and who wouldn't like to get that in their mailbox? I'm also going to do a little stamping out here. I won't do it right now, but that's what I like to do. So you could stamp some words, or you could stamp one of the other owls on there. And I think I will actually just stamp it real quickly since I'm going to be using this one anyways. So that's super cute. Remember, if you color on your envelope with the Stampin' Blends markers, to take a little piece of paper and put down inside of there before you color, and be sure and pull it out, because your markers will bleed through the envelope because they're alcohol markers. So there's project number 1. Project number 2 involves a Hershey candy bar and a full sheet of the plaid tidings paper. We're going to use again the glitter organdy ribbon. Very sparkly. And you also need some tear and tape. This is a project that I do quite often, but I really like the effect of it. So I'm going to grab my stamp really quick. The one that says Boo. And my black ink. And we'll just do our stamping very quickly here. All right, I'm going to stamp my pumpkin, and then I'm going to use Boo, and I'm going to stamp several times. And that's it for stamping. We're going to do a little bit of coloring here. And I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use dark crumb cake for the owl. Now, just so you know, I'm going to be having a class with the Have a Hoot stamp set, and I'll be having that up early next week, so watch for that. And it's going to include the stamp set and the dies. Actually, there's a couple different options, so just watch out for the details coming on that early next week. And then tomorrow, don't forget to join me also. Remember that every Friday, I'm going to be sharing a Christmas card with you from now until Christmas. And hopefully we can get our Christmas cards all done and not have to stress out about that this season. I just realized I forgot to color the pumpkin's nose, so I'll have to go back and do that. Almost done. This piece here also is from that Hippo and Friends, in case you're wondering. So you'll see me use it an awful lot. Now, if you notice your paper, when you're folding, there's one that feels a little more flexible than the other. So this way, kind of, there's a little bit of tension. So I'm going to fold mine this way. I'm going to put a line of tear and tape right across here. Because what I'm going to do is put my candy bar in here. I'm going to fold this, and then this is going to come right over here. So I'll just put it along there, along that outer edge. This is a really fun, quick and easy thing to do. A fun way to use up some of your designer paper. I try to fold those little tabs in so they don't stick out. And then this was my sticky part here. I'm going to just fold it over right on the candy bar. So now someone can take that candy bar right out, and it's not going to ruin your wrapping. And if they want to regift it with a candy bar in it, they certainly can. I'm going to take that ribbon one more time. I'm going to grab my paper snips. And just tie a knot right down here on the end, whichever end you prefer. And then one more time, we're just going to cut a little bit off of that so it's not sticking out too much. We want it to look cute, but not stick over too much. And then, again, I'm going to use some dimensionals on this piece. So I'll just go ahead and turn it over. And since I'm using my leftover pieces, I'll need a couple extra here, but go ahead and tear those off. So again, if you're watching me right now on YouTube, go ahead and click the subscribe button and leave me a comment. Let me know which project you like the best. And if you're also following me on YouTube, come on over to Facebook at facebook.com/stampitwithdebbie. We love to have you over here with us and sharing with us. So these are tonight's projects. A couple little Halloween projects that are going to be so easy. These are pre-wrapped, so easy to give somebody, and we don't have to worry about anybody being worried about not taking some of our treats from us because they are pre-wrapped. And what a fun thing to do. And just so you know, these projects can be used all year long. If you switched out these pumpkins and you say, put this little owl here that has a gift, how cute would that be on there? And you could put the little Merry Christmas instead of that pumpkin with Boo on there. So it's a very versatile set. Again, don't forget that the Plaid Tidings paper is on sale right now, along with lots of our other designer papers that are 15% off. I left a link for my store in the comments below, or I will leave a link in the comments below, along with a host code if you wouldn't mind using that. And I hope you enjoyed these projects. Leave me a comment. Let me know which one is your very favorite. Again, thanks for spending some time with me this evening and having a little bit of Halloween fun. And join me again tomorrow for a fun Christmas card. We'll see you soon.